instead of.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys have already discussed this or are aware of it, but all these big prank guys recently are starting to get called out because they're fake. They're faking their pranks.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna name drop a few. And there were three main guys that were exposed. We got Vitali, Fusitube, and Roman Atwood, and they did social experiments or just like just pranks,
Uh-huh.
which I thought were very entertaining. And recently, actors that were hired for the videos came out and like you saw their faces, and you also knew you saw
Is
their faces in the video, and they came out and they were like, "These guys hired me to do something like this."
was one of those names that Australian guy who got interviewed from the news report?
That's another one. That's another one. I saw that one too. Yep. He's also one of the guys that where the actor came out and was like, "Listen, I thought it was an acting job, and now all of a sudden everybody hates me."
Yeah.
But
So they hire him to do an acting job. I think
Yep.
that there was something to do with money. How did it work? Do you remember the prank?
they it was a blind man asking for change, and well, the blind man he's like, "Oh, could you change my $10 bill for two fivers or something?" But he accidentally gives a $50 bill, and they wanted to see how honest people were. And then the actors, which in the video are seen as regular people, they would take the 50 and then just be like, "Oh, here's our two fivers," or something like that. So they would steal the money from a blind guy,
Yeah.
and everybody started hating on them. They were like, "Yeah, why did you do that? Like, I recognize you because of your tattoo in your neck. Why'd you do that?" And they went like, "Mate, it was acting. It was fake." And then one of the news guys confronted the guy, and he just got destroyed.
But it's a pretty good video. The guy at
Mhm.
first he's just kind of listening, like like you can tell he's got this deer in the headlights look, but he's not giving him the feedback he's thinking to himself like, can I still get out of this? How bad is this situation?
Yeah.
Where are
He
we here?
tries playing it off a bit.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh no, don't worry."
And then he starts handing him like the resumes of the actors he hired, and of course he's like, "Oh smokes! Like I recognize this resume."
Yeah.
And he was just so stone cold busted. It got like on the front page of Reddit more than once, and like when I looked at the video, it had like 600,000 views, and then there was like a re-upload that had hundreds of thousands of views, and then of course on Reddit, I don't know how many views it got, but lots of attention there. The Roman Atwood ones. So I only really I don't watch Roman Atwood very much, but I have seen him where he fakes the death of his kid to like scare his wife, which a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, that's so horrific. You damaged your wife or something." In my head, I'm like, yeah, that's really a call he gets to make. Like it's not for me to tell him how to run his relationship, but I want to know if that was fake.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that she was satiated by the $50,000 that they made from the video? Like,
right? Like,
pretty sure that would.
Let's be honest.
drive
You're
tears.
married. You're married to a guy that makes pranks for a living, right?
Right.
He vlogs everything. Then you go and let your son ride a quad, and all of a sudden he dies, and there's a big explosion. You're probably gonna be like, "He's probably pranking me, right?" If it was real, because I'd be like, "Well, obviously it's fake." But then again, if it's staged, she might have just played along with it.
She might. What got me is like you said, you're married to a guy who makes prank videos, right?
Yeah.
And the one I saw was not the first our dead kid prank that he pulled on her, and she believed it within the first second, which was skeptical to me. If I was in that position, I'd be like, "You fucking with me?" Like
is that a doll? Is that a doll on the quad?
For people who don't know the video, he shows his kid riding around on a quad or something. He distracts her, and they swap it with a doll on the same quad, dressed just like the kid, and he's able to like remote control jump something, and then when it lands on the other side, it explodes. And do I have it right? Does that basically?
Yeah, that's exactly.
And so when the ATV lands, obscured view, it explodes, and you assume the kid is dead on the other side. And the mom instantly believes it, even though there's been other.
Oh, it's totally fake.
Yeah,
like it's not even a question whether or not she was in on it. She was absolutely in on it. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
or at least from what I watched.
I'm a
like,
sucker.
Just
That's why I get
wailing
robbed for
immediately.
$1,400. I believe liars.
But it turns out like the 3 biggest prankers on YouTube all are like one by one being exposed of like the pranks not being legit, and then the debate starts: is this acceptable? Is it like, do people finally realize it's just entertainment? Because like I like these prank videos purely because I'm like, this is a funny skit, this is a funny story, this is a sketch, you know. Like, it's not a real Russian guy shooting at watermelons,
But
for example.
If it's presented as real, does that
Russian.
change things?
Yeah, sorry.
When I watch How I Met Your Mother, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm never really under the impression that Ted loves Robin or whatever. It's fake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if I watch another source that's told to me is not fake, you know, like here it is, you get to know these guys, you watch them for years, you see them evolve, you see them age, you see them loved and lost and whatever. And then all of a sudden, you know, like, God, I'm afraid this is insensitive, right? But if it were to suddenly come out that that wasn't your real dad, I don't think you can say, it was just entertainment. You like the video, right? Like, no, that was a real moment. You know, if it's presented
he was an
real,
actor in the video, mate. Didn't you notice? Like, we didn't even look the same. You even said it, like, you're taller than him. So,
exposed.
And your hair was too different. You slippery Dane.
Yeah, did you see the fake tears, man? Come on, that was all fake.
Exactly.
Man. It's not even my sister. Who's that? Who's that girl?
The reason that these, like, I think everybody's known for a while, for the most part, that all of these big prank channels are fake. Mm-hmm. Because in real life, if you've ever tried to orchestrate a prank, it fucking never goes this well.
I tried this.
Happens
I don't.
this.
I don't like the prank channels that are. Oh, so what I will say is, what are the guys who do the Italian guys who do the clowns?
Oh yeah. DMC.
Yeah, that's real. So they're legit. They're really doing
the scenes too, behind the scenes where they go and reveal it, and the cops come over like every now and then. So those are reals. Like I really like those too. And it's really high production quality and things like that. Yeah, and like, legit.
I've spoken to those guys before. They sent me the costume that he wears in the videos. I destroyed it. Yeah, that's awesome.
There's one that's a couple. It's like a good looking guy. I know he was in the second season of the dance thing, and a pretty girl, blonde. Do you know who I'm talking?
Prank versus prank.
Yeah, prank versus prank. In my heart of hearts, it started out as genuine, and I don't know if it's genuine or not. And I apparently am the worst at telling this. But after a while, like you said, like these two have lived together for years. They make prank videos. Like, they have to be impossible to prank by now. And it must be fake.
Yeah, because the whole situation, it loses its novelty so quickly if you're doing it with another person, where it's like, you know, they wake up one morning, oh my God, the dog's on fire. They're not going to be, what? They're going to be, the dog's not fucking on fire, but I'm going to pretend that it's on fire because rent's due in a week, and we got to fucking have a spaz out moment and then have a fake fight where you slam the door, and then 3 seconds later after I cut, you walk out. You think that's good enough? Should I slam the door again? Maybe another one? Edit it, you know? Like, maybe now I'm going to slam the door, but you be in the room with me so you can get an image of me slamming the door behind me. Like, just, it's not.
After a while, you'd be an expert at detecting the camera on the shelf.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Like, I'm like, these are hidden cameras. Like, you can definitely spot a camera like that really quickly.
Yeah.
Or a few. Like, they all have like 3 different angles.
I know. Yeah.
Like, see the GoPro on the fucking ceiling. Like, you live here. Like, why do you think there's all of a sudden a box in your living room? Like, how stupid can you be?
There's a red light on it.
There's a hole in a box. Like, that's probably like a legit shoebox over there, or it's a camera. Oh no, my baby's on fire, right?
Yeah, ask yourself, like,
who's this guy holding the mic boom in my bathroom?
Listener, you know your mantle. If I set a camera on your mantle with a red light on saying recording, do you think you'd catch it like that? You know,
while some Guido was screaming at you that your dog was on fire. Like,
no, you walk into a room. You walk into a room, you scan the room, like, you just look around it, right? And if there's a camera, you'll probably spot the camera. Then you're like, okay, there's a camera in this room, so what? And then all of a sudden, somebody runs in and tells you something ridiculous. Then you're not going to be like, oh no, this is real, right? Like,
Right. Oh, there's a camera with the lights on, and here I am, fake cheating on you
pretty much.
with
yeah.
Jenna Marbles.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
she just happens to be here under the
Jim
covers.
Marbles, link below.
But yeah, no, I definitely like most of them are fake. Pretty sure, like there's solid evidence for it.
Mhm.
But I do think it's you know, I support it. These guys are creating content. These guys are expressing their creativity through skits in the form of pranks. But then some of them are like the social experiments, and I do think some of these social experiments go a bit too far, such as stealing money from a poor guy or from a blind guy. I mean, which is, you know, you're like faking results just to make it a bit more dramatic for views.
Yeah.
It used to
It's
have
like,
been
did this
that-
guy go blind 3 hours ago? Like, how does this guy not know his finances are incredibly out of whack every time he leaves the house? Where his wife's like, here's $100, and he comes back with like a Pez dispenser and a Coke, and like 37 cents. He's like, oh, well, you did your best, honey. Like, no, you didn't. Like, blind people have a way to solve that. I saw Daredevil.
In the COD scene, it kind of evolved like that. Like first there were prank videos, but they were terrible, or troll videos. They were terrible though, because it was just like screaming at people or whatever. And then they got better, but they got faker. You know, like, and you know, you get like cool reactions out of the kids and stuff, but they're produced on a daily basis. So
Yeah, it's like
You
these
know.
situations don't arise that often. Like,
yeah,
you can't spend all day on Xbox Live and get a ton of, you know, hilarious responses and prank stuff. It doesn't happen that often. Some of it has to be fabricated.
right.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but you know, you got people who want to watch a new one every day. So
Which I think is
Yeah.
fine. You know, like I make the gaming videos, right? It's whatever suits your drift, whatever you
Yeah.
like.
yeah.
As long as you're not pretending that it's real and misleading people, it shouldn't matter.
Pretty much, yeah.
But that's what they're doing.
That's what I'm saying. Is that as long as they're not misleading, and like, it shouldn't matter. But that's what they are doing, which is why I think it's pretty douchey. Like,
And you know, but
they don't
there's-
even have to come out and say this is fake. These are actors. Just don't be down there in the description writing like, I couldn't believe
Yeah.
what the black random stranger did at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Like, just don't.
I don't know how to lay it out
I
there.
can't live on this planet anymore.
Yeah,
Faith in humanity is gone.
yeah.
That sounds
He
more
stole
accurate.
from a blind guy, and he's all these stupid girls, like high school girls, for me, sharing it on Facebook. I'm like, how can you be this stupid? It's obviously fake. And I go like, these guys stole money from this blind guy. Just taking this as an example, but there's so many other videos. But